In the last video, we learned how to copy, paste, and loop clips in Session View. Let's take a look at how to use those same tools in Arrangement View. So I've got exercise 9 from chapter 5 open, and I need to do a little bit of work on this percussion loop track. So first of all, I need to copy and paste this percussion loop to fill up the entire chorus. And in fact, I need to move it over to start actually a bar before the chorus. Now, this is a little bit small to look at, so I'm going to expand the track just a little bit, and I'm also going to zoom in using my plus key. And when I move loops around, I like to have my grid set at up one measure. That makes it really easy to snap the loop where I want it to go. So right now I'm at a quarter note, so let me right click here, and I'll choose one bar from the contextual menu. And now I can move this loop around by just clicking it and dragging it to the new location. Or if the loop is selected, you can also use your right and left arrow keys to move the clip by the grid amount. So if I go right arrow, it's going to move over right now a measure at a time. And if I go left arrow, it'll move over one measure at a time to the left. Now, let's copy and paste this. So the commands that we can use are similar to what you would use in any program. So Command C and Command V will copy and paste it. And if you're on a PC, that would be Control C and Control V. So I'll select the name here at the top of the clip to select it, Command C, click on the grid where I want to paste that, and go Command V. Now there's a lot easier way to do that. So let me select that and hit my delete key to get rid of that. This time I'll select the clip and I'll just hold down my Option or Alt key and I'll click and drag out copies of it. Another way that we might do the same thing would be to select this and duplicate the clip. Remember, duplicating it will copy it, then move the cursor over to the end of the current selection and paste it. And that is going to be Command D if you're on a Mac or Control D if you're on a PC. So here I go, Command D a few times, and I can duplicate that out very, very quickly. Now, one last way we might do something similar would be to loop the clip. So to loop a clip, you have to have the loop button engaged down in clip view. And you can see right now that it is for this particular clip. So I'll move my cursor over to the right edge of that. When I see the trim cursor, I'll click and I'll drag out. And you can see that it is making copies of that as we move it out. But it's a little bit different. Do you see how the line doesn't go through here every measure? It's just this little line to indicate that these are actually loops and not actually copies. So the only content here is the first one, and then the rest of these are just loop iterations. Now, if the loop button isn't engaged, we get some strange behavior. Let me go down to the buzz bass track here, and I'll make that just a little bit taller so we can see what's going on. Now, if I select that one, notice that the loop button isn't on. And when I trim this out, notice that it's just adding dead space. It allows me to trim it, but it doesn't include the content. All right, I'm going to hit the W button to show the entire arrangement. And I need to go over here to the sine bass track. And let me, again, make that one taller by clicking the disclosure triangle, and then I'll make it just a little bit taller. And I'm going to click right there near the beginning, and I'm going to hit my plus key to zoom in a little bit. So what I need to do here is I need to select a partial clip. And if I go up top and click select, I'm going to get the entire clip. So to select a partial clip, you have to unfold it, and then you can click down in the lower half of the clip and you can drag select what you need. So now if I want, I can go Command C, and then I can go over where I need to paste this and go Command V. Now, one other thing that you might need to do from time to time is to actually create a new clip of that content. And we can do that by separating or splitting it. So with that selected, I can go up to the Edit menu and I can choose Split or Command E from the menu here. That would be Control E on a PC. And if you've made a selection, it will separate either side or split either side of this. So now I've got the new clip and I can hold down my Option key and quickly Option click and drag that over to get the extra bit that I need. Now at this point, if I want to turn this whole thing into one clip, I can select the beginning and then shift click the last clip there. And I can go up to my edit menu and I can choose consolidate or Command J from that menu. That would be Control J on a PC. And that will turn all of that into one single clip. All right, let's hit W again so we can see the entire arrangement. Now I want to create a double chorus here at the end, and there's several ways that we can do this. So first of all, I'm going to take the loop brace and I'm going to move it over to select the amount of time that I need to insert here to create some space in the arrangement for the double chorus. And now I'll go up to the Create menu and I'll choose Insert Silence from the menu here. So that inserted the amount of time that I needed and moved over the clips so that they're out of the way. And now I can click select the top here and down to the bottom so that I've got the right amount of time selected. And I can option click and make a copy of that and drag it over. Now, you can see that I just blew it because I didn't have that correctly selected. And now I'll hold down option key. And as I'm doing that, you're seeing the little plus sign and it's working. So that's actually kind of a touchy, difficult way to do it. So there's easier ways to do this. So let me undo a couple times. So we're back to where we started. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to take the loop brace over and I'm going to align that with the area that I want to copy. And I'm going to go Command C to copy it. And then I'm going to move that over towards wherever I want to paste this stuff. And I'm going to right click on the loop brace itself and I'm going to say paste time. Okay, that didn't work the way I thought it was going to work. Okay, so the thing that I didn't do here, let me undo. The thing that I forgot to do was click select the loop brace so that I had actually selected everything. And so now I can go Command C and move this over and right click and choose paste time. And that time it did it correctly. So just remember that it's an extra step there to make sure that you've actually click selected the loop brace and you see the selection going across all the tracks. Now, there's even an easier way to do what I'm trying to do here, and that is to use the loop brace again, click it so your selection is going across the tracks, and then right click and choose duplicate time. And so that made a copy, moved over to the end of the loop brace, pasted it, and moved everything else over to create the space and not kind of obliterate those extra clips that are here at the end. So whether you prefer working in session or arrangement view, copying and pasting clips and song sections is intuitive and makes building arrangements easy.